As we commission phase 1
Chemite cheyote kareriandet nebo tatcha
of the National High Altitude Training Center
nebo
Teryet,
kanetishet nebo legok chebo reroshek nebo atepto nyewo.
we must begin by thanking God,
Barajeja ke kakastaetet kulomito nyeteti.
who has made it possible for us to complete this phase.
Nyeku kweyat kutiliangala kotokoi kokachebundo chitiyo.
The Bible says,
Mwe kitabunak chotilile.
unless the Lord builds a house,
Kotokoi bate yokatech indet koto.
the builders labor in vain.
Biko chomite kuteksile iye amurwaro. Dobre kinye masakwi.
Therefore, our being here today
Kunye amite nyoi bi boshoni.
is testament to God's faithfulness to us
Kunye mujurwandit nyeba tabonye ta indet amule chemite.
as we embark on this work, which
Chemite
promises to be a game changer in our pursuit of sports excellence in our country.
chemite cheishoni sunget kotoror ngalekab reroshok kunye masukutwaiwekatet omyemetab Uganda.
A journey that has led us here today started a few years ago.
Boni nak chekakwerwechek bi boshoni kichekicheche kenyishek tukusich chekuketya.
Following the heroic exploits of our sons, Moses Kipsiro
Kuruptoigei ako kabolishet nyekitapon nyekibole kokyo kuyu Moses Kipsiro,
and Stephen Kiprotich,
Stephen Kiprotich,
as they raised our flag on the global stage.
kuwo kuiwendi bendarenyo kuwo torot koromen amabut amkoret tugul kumugul.
Cognizant of the blessing of the abundant talent in Sebei region,
Chekerestochini kakotoiwek chebo reroshok ak mwaek amyem kamasta nyebo Sabinya.
the Ministry of Education and Sports commenced consultations with the Kapchorwa district local government
Luget nye namagei ak reroshok ako kamasta nyebo kapchorwa kicheki kwondin wanake.
to establish a modern sports facility for our athletes.
Lasunget kutekwech atopto nyebo reroshok nyebo legokyo.
In 2012, while honoring Mr. Stephen Kiprotich,
Kenyit nyebo 2012 chiyweni kayweishet mariondet Stephen Kiprotich.
following victory at London Summer Olympics where he won a gold medal,
Kuruptoigei ak kabolishet nyekibo gold am London.
a president pledged to construct the National High Altitude Training Center, Teryet.
Kukur tabondet le masache tech atoptinyi chemite boshoni.
And today,
Ango
we are here
boshoni
because the president has delivered on his promise
chemite ibiu amnye kokonyit nyewo nyebo yemoni kurtoetenyi.
to support the athletes and our vision of provision of quality sports for all.
Kula sunget chitoror ngalekab reroshok ako churtaetet nyebo reroshok chetaboniji nyebo biko tugul.
Therefore, in a special way, I want to thank the president
Amaretya nyechuyat le kabaragaste nyewo nyebo emetab Uganda
for his invaluable support not only for this project and other sports infrastructure,
amga titirishet nyewok swamen nyekikon pribata amiu ndeno amareroshok chemakargei am emetab Uganda
that are being constructed,
chekichetech atobutok chekuchetech.
but also the direct support he has continued to extend to our athletes.
Ako katitirishet nyekonu ako swamen nyewo nyeiwendini legok chebo mwaek checho.
You are all aware that our athletes be employed, that his wisdom, the president guided, that our athletes be employed in the forces, so most, if not all, are employed by the Uganda Police or UPDF and the Uganda Prison Services.
Amga soto yuandet nyekikon nyewo nyebo emetab Uganda ukula legok tugul jorwe ndo jabonda kakoto yuandet nyongmaek kiche kiroge kunyorishondoki am lugoshok chebo prisons police ako kapkoya anguch lego choto koliema tugul chechang kiche kinyorishondokwa.
This project has been a timely intervention to provide a home for our athletes to train right here in Teryet.
Teksoni kunye ko choboroindo nyetabon kala sunger nyor legok kyoka netishet nyetabon amwaek am kama sitinyi bo Teryet.
You may recall that on 4th September 2024,
Masako so kle amarawet nyebo amani magetab 2024
we received the sad news of the death of Sergeant Rebecca Cheptegei.
jenyoru logoiywek chemiyotik kabisa chekibo metab Rebecca Cheptegei
That happened in Kenya.
chekitogune kamasta nyebo Kenya.
Like many of our athletes, the late Rebecca used to train with colleagues across the border.
Kuyuyat legokyo alak chemakergei chemite yu lekwenyo Rebecca Cheptegei kunye kinetege mwe kamasta nyebo Kenya.
Therefore, I am very grateful to God that we now have our own home for our athletes.
Anga kosto yati indet kabisa kle ka chenyoru yate dobinyo nyemakonetege legokyo yekamabeti kamasta nyebo sang.
Undertaking the development of sports infrastructure is capital intensive in nature.
Chekarasto chi teksetab tobutok chebareroshok koishet nyeroge chi anguwo angu mite kasmeti kutosetai.
And I recall that on 7th June 2024, as we contracted MS Suma for the development of Hoima City Stadium, I talked about the issue of operation, management, and maintenance of these facilities.
Posheshok msamva maraweta po mgaga amuga nyinyi amuga masta nyebo Hoima kya sot kabisa yok kya ngolole ngalek kebarip setup tobutok che yujituju.
Our robust plan to invest in sports infrastructure is to not only develop and professionalize our abundant talent in different disciplines, but to also generate revenue for government that these facilities are capable of if well managed.
Chete tuju chekarga idiyule preba ta kule ko tirir ngale ka mek dene ku kon babesa na ku yende ka smeti yoga tabagot ku kwek atobutok chekacherip amaret nye tabon.
Therefore, I tasked my colleague, Honorable Peter Ogwang, the Minister of State for Sports, to develop a concept on management of all the sports facilities to ensure that the government reaps from its investment, and I want to reiterate this position.
Kalayati kya yende yati shet marionde to gwang kula kujo agobe lutet ndo kartasit nye ka gon datwede nye ka chekarasto jirip set nye tabon atobuto chi tuji tokol sanget kule yweni kasmeti besanaki ku kwek atobuto che mujo ko titir kasmeti amgon neta besanaki.
I know that the new sports law vests the responsibility of management of the public sports infrastructure under the National Council of Sports.
Angat kule ngalek kejang cheborip setup atobuto ke yujiju agon darastidi kunye yweni ka mga ywek luget nyebo areroshok amuyemeta Uganda.
And I wish to guide that as we adhere to the provisions of the law,
Kabarago nuya ka mga ywek kule chemite jeriben darastindi nyo.
we need sound management guidelines that will facilitate the council to execute its mandate.
Lasma yat chenyoru kasota yuandit nyebuji angu nyejurtat kula singet kotilya kamasato ndogiyato.
This is the first phase of the project,
Tekset nyebatat chanyi
and I believe that once the facility is officially handed over to the National Council of Sports, planning for the second and third phases of the project will be prioritized.
yoga je kosondiat National Council nyebo Sports ndo luget nyana maga okorero shokam Uganda masaku chachiat tatwet nyoba tekset nyobo atopto nyebo eny.
We must now correct what we have seen so far that needs a little more work put into it,
Majaya
so that we can be confident when we have foreign visitors coming to train here that we're sending them to a place we are confident about.
Majaya je sat le mujo kumite le lusto sanget kle ogoto ku pomba bi go je kone ka masogi ke basang je bonda kapso ka ngatet kle priole masago ngun.
I thank the stakeholders who have supported us to make this a reality.
Kostoi bi ko tokol je ki kwik je ki koron kamas ko to ko igutok ngale ku loga to kun dabasione.
the Uganda Wildlife Authority,
luget nye baua,
the Kapchorwa District Local Government,
mongetab kapchorwa,
Ministry of Works and Transport,
luget nye boponi nagi,
the,
akoy shondok,
the UPDF,
sakariyandit,
the different sports federations, associations,
lugoshok che bareroshok che makargei,
the Ministry of Finance, and our athletes, among others.
luget nye bopesa nagi, ak lugoshok alak.
Indeed, together, we all achieve more.
Kale che mwekle, wanakle, che nyoru che jang,
In a special way, I
amaret nye
want to
tuyat,
recognize the resilience of athletes from today
kabare che gastoji, swamet, ako mutiyojine tet nye balego ke bareroshok am sabinye.
who have consistently performed very well and raised the Uganda flag in high various championships.
Cheki kwita pon kabisa kotokoy ku yue bendaret tarat amo arorosok ke makargei amgore togol gul
Even when the appropriate facilities were inadequate.
ngale gimite tuguk che chikollege che gimayeme
This facility is not just a physical structure,
tuguch tuchu bale prie tugun che tegese konyeki
but a beacon of hope and aspirations for athletes across our nation.
dene tugun je boka geneti ango tuguk che muje chishe amgore che makarge kore togol gul
It is our own version of theater of dreams and our shared responsibility to ensure that we produce more cheptegei's and more kiprotichs to raise our flag globally.
The National Resistance Movement
luget nye bo NRM
does things in an organic manner.
ye ngalek amaret nye chuyat koromen
We don't just bump in things, do this one, do that one. No,
majirwe jini ngalbadala chinyi priya
because that one will not succeed.
kale amnye jotale me muje got ku kusutta staedet
Now, we have not done much on sports yet
mna chingal je changot amngale ka barero shok
because remember the country was really down. All of you, those who are old enough know.
agar stojile kimi met ngon gamsa jogu matku gillele je bondo kangotetet nyewo
The first thing was to bring peace.
nyebatat chale je sutu to lo siet ndo galle
Then do the basics, immunization.
as oga janjane da ple gong do bigo
That's how the population of Sebe has come up.
baulat yota kusutiat kulong luget ndo ka idiseta pi go je basabin goromen
Sabine were 20,000
kala sabin jak la gel fabir baden do gisero tuptum
when Chamonges was fighting for the district.
ye gisema mariondet kingo chamonges kuborie jini district
I was there.
jamide
20,000.
elfu na kabir ndo gisero tuptum
1, 2, 3, 4.
agenge oye nyangman somok pil ne ba koy elfu na kabir
Now the population of the Sebe is, I think, 500,000 or something like that.
ale piga sabinya la gugete ati kwenu da ruan ruanet agenge ye get elfu na mian mutomere
So,
that we go beyond there your excellency
very good. So now, the basics,
tugu kya je jigo lege ke biji
peace,
talo siete
some health, not all parts of health, but some, especially immunization,
ale ka lak cheboti lindo musin gin ale ka chanjane
and then wealth creation.
okayat magoryondit do chitan magoryondit
And UPE.
semanet nyobale go kebo class ina kebo ngony
Now, for sports
ale ka barero shokyatle
and music and all those,
tumongi ok ngale jaja anga takwek
you can't do sports in Somalia.
memuje ye ngale ka barero shok Somalia
When there is war,
ulomi de boriet tanga takwek
or in Syria,
doga we ya Syria
you go and do sports there,
kala we go ngeba nyilo to we jam
or music,
doga we tum o banyinge tum kabisa
go and hold a concert there.
we ya tu tum manu go kulo to Miyote ngalekut.
So the effort
So kamasta nya ku choro ni.
has been mainly on the basics,
Kujemita je shemala chikin tuku kia batai kunyo.
including the roads,
Kumite ata roshoki,
electricity,
tarinagi,
which have fortunately moved.
je guba ya tai je kwa kasakwe.
There is now electricity from Jinja to Bukwo.
Mia tarinagi kujake jinja okay kamasta nya bukwo.
There is the road from Kampala to the border now.
Aroshoki ajege Kampala paka boda Suomi nyeme nyoru ngaramo.
Now on the sports,
Amngale ka bare roshokle.
what we are benefiting from are the indirect benefits of the success of the basics.
Jemite aje nyoru la takala kimu jama je ka se gonyek dene sudu la tukyoka je nyoru.
Because of this of the peace,
Kubaya tolosit nyo je bonde.
these cheptegei, even if they are not particularly selected by the government, but they get time to do some.
Bajep tege yad la ngamle je kwai kasme te kapsale dene nyoru paro indo je kwai ulyage.
Because they are not dead,
Amnye mno kuboki
killed by insecurity.
mna kubaga ngale ka tabanda do boriede
They are not dead, killed by measles.
mna kuboki mna baga sasaregi
They are around.
mite je bonde ke inde je kyo.
And even if there is no specific program yet,
Bayo mamita twet nye je kasek banda ni.
the general situation helps them to somehow maneuver.
Ulo yunda ko retle so to akwet diretet nye muje ku kono kabalishet.
And because of that, because I'm not a liar, you shall do this. No, sorry.
Ani ala mai ku ngotunya mwele machiaju sore. Machiajo kapsa. Denele I wait imot.
So because of that,
Amiajo dale.
we had not yet really had capacity or time even to deal with the sports and the music and I don't know what.
Alamuna je nyori ya baro indo do swamet nyaga janam gila kamas arero shogi tummonagi oktuku ke magargai.
But we were able to say from the beginning that if there are young people with talent,
Dene gisumje maule emile go ke mge do sargana ke bo ndo ka to yondet
which is what Mama talked about,
kije ka ngolole ya mama ya tayo.
let them be recruited in the security, in the armed forces.
Anje wendi ya le go tijo luket nyebo kaledi
Automatically.
nyemo nye je weni bate nyemo mingal je jinome.
When they are there, we shall not, of course we could send them to Somalia to fight.
Kale ye mi awlo dale kamuja ne je kwermba Somalia so ogu kuiboriet dene mayunyo no danga ta kwek
Cheptegei has not been in Somalia.
jep tagai de ka nya je tagai mna Somalia
He's in the forces, but we keep him here.
mi aluget nya baga len dene mi to tike ba dayu
Because we put him in the forces, not that because we wanted him to fight.
priela ki je we lugon ni nyola singet ku boriet tai dene ki je majala je ribune ba de oto
But because we wanted to give him a base from where to develop his talent.
ki bara je wendi adopta ga nyi mu je go ner ka go to yondet nyi ba maek nyi gi bondo
In our simple, poor way, we don't have a lot of money yet, but
amo arenyo nye kuskus nye maku panan don bo ma je bonde besan je jango ne goti
if you are here, you get a small salary.
ale mi ta ayu la nyoro mshare da gisi ji
You are in the barracks,
mi to je ga baraks
but you train.
as nge mi ta at kon di shit
Others will go to Somalia and fight.
e ma ba la ga Somalia nyi la net ke ba de nge kun megu
So that's why this idea came up. Oh, this a school would train our own people,
balog je mau gule e ga da bagot nget sugulu ango net le ko kwa
but it can also attract others.
dene mu jo go jute ba la ke basang
And although we had many demands,
ngane gele je bonde magata na ke jang
I had no problem supporting this one because this one
na
is,
nyoru ka so da yonye ki chuyadi wa ngatune ba le ma ja dorori biu
because this one is unique.
am nyela chuyad ni kapsa
It is special. It's not we have got so many things to do.
kala chuyad je bonde ngale ke jam je ma jala chi
more seed schools, more this, more
Wanda
that.
sukulu na alak ke chang ke majala jete.
But really, this one is unique.
Tene nyitinya ale majeje yu swamet kapsa.
We can't fail to support it
Mamuja go jisute amacheki.
because it takes our advantage of our natural advantage of having a high altitude. Parts of Uganda being high altitude.
Amnya atle chiboli bi galak ke mi ta kamastanye basoi je bonda je la to kyobo chi nyoba to tanyowo do nyomi de tarat.
And being populated by indigenous people from there.
Angu yechle pi go je chang je pone idiu bade.
If you know there's a country called Nepal.
Kale angat kore ta ganye basang ge gura Nepal.
Nepal is near the Everest, the highest
Nepal
mountain,
le mi to ta ganye bala kam nyanye ba Everest le gite gai.
the highest mountain on earth.
Kale lagamen nye koi gamsa am gore to kul gumugul.
Everest is 29,000 feet.
Kale bundoy elefunok abirim menda kijage ngony futinak.
This Elegon here is 14,000.
Kale elgo yelgo nyile elefunok kumana nya bade.
So you can imagine
Agar stoje aga shinde.
something higher than Elegon by
Kita ga nye koi ku ketje elgo de goro manyale ko.
15,000 feet.
Ketje am elefunok kumana tanu do gishero oktamanok mut.
But for mountaineers who go to Everest, they are always guided by the Nepalese. Nepalese are, for them, it's like normal life.
Dene je la kami sak do bi ko jo bedi adabu to ke bataradi kuje nyo chije patya bi ko je ba gamas tinyo.
And they used to be recruited by the British for their army.
Kala bi chitu jog bapar yele ki sile bi ko je ba Britain.
They had a special regiment called the Gulkas.
Kala ki bondo itaide daga nyagi je bere gulka.
Now, if you go to the Renzori, the mountaineering,
Yege o kamastanye barben zori.
our Bakonjo people are the ones who who show the people how to move. On the
Pija
mountain.
no ga je bere ba konjo ki chota je ne de bi ko lan lagamet.
So this is really very, very special, and we should. I had no problem prioritizing this one.
Ni
Here.
ala ibi ala chiat kapsa. Rai wendi tarot am ta twet nyabo naratet.
So I'm glad we have built it now.
Ay ko ngaraga chala go chete.
The track is good,
Adoptanye ba reret la tabone.
but the accommodation needs to be improved.
Dene adoptanye bo Rwanda kinye majakle tajis chewe swamendo jitoror.
The buildings are strong,
Tabone chula ba korige.
but the inside there, I have guided those people there.
Dene oritle ka shamar walk ke bija jogusate kala sanget kusutwai wega deta ganya kai.
Me, I guided on the accommodation.
Kala ka titiria bitu jo am gamastanye ba Rwanda.
When we go to the kitchen, I am quite illiterate.
Kale ega waya gamasta ulo jio shele majmana suman ulo kapsa.
So Mama took over and was commanding.
Kala go waya mama ya de kuje ko batchata la chie bi la chiela. Aga sayu.
I couldn't know where to put the stones and all that.
Kala manangat la jewen nyon Rwanda ke jio she aga tu kala.
So therefore, this is really a gold mine,
So gi yale kinye balat kapsa.
and I'm glad we have done it.
Angay ko ngaragat la gachi.
Now, regarding the hotels,
Kurup toy gayat ako to buto ke chomishin do gor Rwanda.
we shall invite the private sector. They are the ones to build the hotels.
Majek porubi ko je machakwi ga monge shandina.
For us, we have built the hostel,
Kuje satache kuloruto silego kyorwe.
and I would want them to increase the numbers because they were talking of 24.
Angum majeje te shinamba ndo je te shia to buto tijo amnya ga jangalo leba te tipte maga manda bermenya.
At a time, why only 24?
Areta genge abermenya ba ta amne majele je te shi.
So therefore, I'm very happy to be here to open the school.
Kunya ga ay ngaragat kapsala ga ya to bi.